Today we're going to talk about the 7 most frustrating things that make people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms. It's actually kind of fun. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today I was going to make a beginner's guide, and I was like, what if instead I talked about the 7 reasons that people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms? And that actually got me really excited because this is a fun list. So these are the 7 things that trigger people the most, so much that they uninstall, they delete the game from their phone, from their PC. F it, I'm out of here. The 7 things in order. Number 1, the number 1 reason, in my opinion, that people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms is they get themselves zeroed. Ooh, worded harshly. Get themselves zeroed. Getting zeroed. Brutal. If you've been zeroed, you know the feeling. You know how bad it is. You log into the game and then your power's like 53, you know, assuming you had T5 troops and all that. Or if you were newer to the game, you log in and you're like, what the hell? And then you quit. You log out and you never log in ever again. Getting zeroed has to be one of the most infuriating things. You were like minding your own business, going about your day, and you come back in and somebody has personally ruined your day. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. First of all, my strong recommendation is that you play this game defensively, okay? And this is not a tips and tricks video, but let me just help you out for a second here, which is that if you haven't had someone tell you that you should always run a longer peace shield than you think, you should always run a longer peace shield than you think. If you're in a zone next to a war zone, you should be using a peace shield, because if there's any chance at all that you could be zeroed, you should have had a peace shield on. Don't cheap out on the gems, okay? Get your 24-hour peace shields from the courier station at a discount, okay? And use them liberally, because getting zeroed is an absolute disaster. It could make you rage quit the game, which, like, hey, I understand if you rage quit because of that. In fact, if you did, leave a comment down below. I kind of want to know about that. Brutal. The other thing you can do to just keep yourself safe is to just teleport into a zone that the enemy cannot access, even if that means going to your home kingdom in KVK, okay? Not the worst thing to go to your home kingdom and not get zeroed. Don't get zeroed. So many people rage quit because of this. And let's talk about the number 2 reason that people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms, okay? And this is going to be KVK. Now, there's actually 2 things in KVK, and I'm going to pull up the Lost Kingdom list. You got all these kingdoms in KVK right now. In fact, let's get a look at a KVK right now. This is a little bit of salt and wound, not intended, but, you know, we were spectating the 1846 KVK. Every KVK, somebody wins and somebody loses, okay? And in this instance, 1846 is losing, 1093 is winning. Man, I know there's going to be some pissed off 1846 people. It's really not my intention. But, hey, you know, somebody wins, somebody loses, all right? People quit over losing KVK. Definitely understand, can be very frustrating to lose your KVK, okay? But the other thing that people quit over during KVK is actually the lag when a pass opens. And let me tell you, the pain of fighting through a laggy pass opening, I get it. I get it, okay? I'm sure I'll have 1 or 2 memes on the screen about lag during a pass opening, but like you're trying to fight, you spent days gathering resources, and you run your 5 to 7 marches out in the open field, and then they all just, you just like lag. You can't do anything, and then all of a sudden your marches are gone. Definitely, I have seen people rage quit over lag at pass openings, and they're like, F it, I'm out, peace, GG, see you later, okay? Out of here. In addition to KVKs being a huge source of drama and people quitting, also, alliances can be a huge source of drama and people quitting. I've seen a number of people quit Rise of Kingdoms because they ultimately get kicked out of their alliance for some reason. There's a couple reasons you might get kicked out of your alliance. Let's just talk about that for a second. Besides some of the standard stuff of like, don't be an asshole, okay, pretty standard stuff, right? Like, read the room on the social norms and things that are okay to say and things that are not okay to say, right? But also, you have to contribute. And whatever your kingdoms and alliances contribution standards are, like, you need to fulfill those, okay? And just for perspective, we can go over to my restart account, okay? And we try to minimize the chance that people are like, what do you mean I had to show up and help the alliance? What do you mean? We try to minimize that by sending out regular messages about what the contribution expectations are, okay? So fulfill those contribution expectations. And just to give you some perspective, I think you should get really comfortable, if you aren't already, get really comfortable with having your troops die. Here we go. I found the mail that had it. Power expectations and expected number of dead troops, right? So at my power on my restart account, 90 to 100 million power, I'm expected to have around, really above, 2.3 million dead troops. Now, you know, there's some weirdness. So, like, is it T4? Is it T5s? I'm supposed to have 25 million kills. Okay. Your kingdom's going to have expectations, maybe, that they communicate, or maybe they won't even communicate them. And you're like surprised. You're like, wait, I had to show up. So, in case it's unclear, pretty much everywhere you're expected to show up for the team. Some kingdoms are better than others at communicating, you know, what those expectations are. So just try to figure out what those are before you get just like surprise kicked because you didn't show up or whatever. Getting kicked out of your alliance has to be, in my opinion, top 3 reasons why people rage quit the game. Now, one thing that people do sometimes, instead of quitting the game, is they go completely rogue. And man, let me tell you, in 254, we're very well accustomed to rogue players. That's the kingdom that I'm in on my main account. Before that, we had some of the most notorious rogues in the game, okay? I was in 1075. King Talib was one of the biggest rogues in Rise of Kingdoms. I'll have a card up in the top for the whole playlist with the drama that unfolded. People quit over rogues because it is so frustrating that a rogue in this game is like a god-tier jackass. It's unbelievable what you can do. Here's the secret to being a rogue. Are you ready? It's like very simple, okay? It's like the rogue secret handshake is you let yourself get zeroed such that you still have like 1 or 2 marches of troops in your city, okay? People can't attack your city anymore because they're going to get dead troops. You'll just get hospital. And you use your resource tokens, or you plunder farms to get resources when you need them in order to heal up a march of troops, and you just run around in a zone. And you can make, as a rogue, an entire zone unusable. You can make an end game zone in Rise of Kingdoms unusable if you're a rogue. You just kill the farmers. You do it whenever you want. There's nothing anyone can do about it. Once you're zeroed and you release your caring of having lots of power, if you really channel that you will be the biggest jackass on the face of the earth and you want to be a rogue, you can do so much damage in this game. It's astonishing. And the resource cost you inflict on each player who is gathering, even if they're using T1, is just astonishing. So, people quit over rogues. And the other thing that is related to rogues, not just hitting your gatherers, but I mean, I knew people who made like, you know, tons of farm accounts. If you zero somebody's farm accounts, there's a non-zero chance. They're just like, F it, I'm out of here. I'm quitting the game. So number 4 on my list is rogues. I don't know where you would put rogues. I'm kind of eager for that. Let's go to number 5. Number 5 on the reasons people quit Rise of Kingdoms. Not just quit, but like rage quit Rise of Kingdoms, okay? And number 5 reason is going to be events, okay? Events, in my opinion, number 5 reason. There's a couple things that really trigger people at times during events. One is that you can get sniped. I remember I was in first place in one of these, 20 gold head events, okay? This was a long, long time ago, my very first kingdom, 1051. And I had a little bit of cushion. I thought I'd be fine. I went out to dinner with my family, went to a nice Chinese restaurant. We're having a great time. And I, leave the restaurant after dinner, feeling great, and reset had happened. And in the last couple minutes, somebody passed me. They passed me by like 2 points. I was like, oh my God. Okay, triggered. So triggered. Okay. You can get passed in events at the last second. It can be very frustrating. Honestly, you have to just watch for getting passed or you will get passed. You just need to assume somebody will last second wreck you in this game. It's just going to happen. And look, 20 gold head events, not so bad. You go from 20 to 10. All right. Sucks to suck, as Negan would say. Losing events when you get bumped down like that kind of sucks. But what really sucks is when you wait like 3 months for a Zenith of Power. Okay, you get one of these big legendary city themes. You're in the top 10. And then in the last minute, you get bumped out and you cannot train. You're outranged. Like you don't have it in your account to push any further. You're out of gas. You're gassed. GG, man. If you get 11th and instead of getting the legendary city theme, you get a 30-day city theme, dude, people spend months preparing for this. Half a year, hoarding like a free-to-play demon, and then they lose? Oh my God, so frustrating. Yeah, I put that as number 5 reason that people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms is getting bumped out of a placement. Of course, Mightiest Governor is another one of those things, especially because in this game, Mightiest Governor, you can just like hit your own farm's troops and like go buku on your score. That's not what happened here, but like, dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm pretty sure this is the father and son duo, so they're like in cahoots. But can you imagine if you had pulled down 528 million points in Mightiest Governor and you got past at the last second by 400,000 or 500,000 points? The number 6 reason that people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms, you knew I would talk about this, baby. I think it's equipment. Let me tell you, when I had crafted, I think it was like 12 times, I had made new legendary equipment in Rise of Kingdoms, and I had gotten 0 special talents. Meanwhile, all these freaking jackasses are posting about how they like don't even care about the game at all, and they like on their, you know, like alt of an alt, they like clicked the button and got their talented most important thing ever, whatever. You know how it feels if you're not getting special talents. If you're one of the people who got special talents early, then you're like, ha ha ha, you noob. But like if you're one of the people who didn't, you know how triggering it is, and inside your blood is boiling. Even on the outside, you're like pretending you don't care because otherwise you'll be ostracized. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about? Having equipment fails has to be one of the most rage quit inducing feelings in Rise of Kingdoms. So I put this actually at number 6, below getting 0, below KVK disasters, below getting kicked from your lines, below rogues, below losing events, but above one other thing. The final thing in our list today, the number 7 reason, in my opinion, that people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms, and it's so dumb, but I assure you, Sunset Canyon has to be on a list of why people rage quit Rise of Kingdoms. If you get hit by the same person over and over, and then you can't win, trust. Just trust. People get so mad. I have seen more, like, disputes over Sunset Canyon, which theoretically shouldn't matter. Like, do everyone a favor if this makes you mad and just don't care. Just like hit challenge and fight whoever you fight and don't care about the result and just collect your rewards. You want the rewards. You do. Like, you really need to do. It's frustrating because you need to do Sunset Canyon. But at the end of the day, like whether or not you're ranked in Sunset Canyon doesn't actually matter. You just need to hit challenge. So good on the developers for not making these rewards actually matter. Because if these rewards mattered, I swear to God, you'd have civil wars in every kingdom over this crap. Every single kingdom would have civil wars. But thankfully, the developers made a good choice there for sure. These rewards don't matter. So queue up, get your free rewards. Try not to get really triggered. The best thing you can do, okay, for your sanity, is to take it easy when it comes to Sunset Canyon. Just take it freaking easy. And that'll also save you a lot of time. I mean, I try to understand Sunset Canyon and get really good at it, and I would say that I spend way too much of my time. But at least I've made videos, okay, teaching you how to prevent the frustration of losing in Sunset Canyon and not knowing what the heck is happening. I'll have a card in the end screen right over here for that one. And if you want to see the videos I was talking about earlier, the whole playlist of King Talib and his story and zeroing and being one of the most notorious rogues in Rise of Kingdoms history, card will be right over here. You really can't beat the professional roguism of King Talib. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies.